guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my nighttime skincare routine. I just did my morning skincare routine last week, and if you missed that video, I'm going to go ahead and drop a link to that video in my description box below so that you can take a look just in case you're interested. Just to let you know, there are quite a few things that I do both morning and night. So in some cases I might be repeating myself. There are definitely different things that I do to pamper my skin during the evening that I don't do during the day. So it's all just pretty important, but bear with me if it sounds like I'm repeating myself in some parts of this video. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to mention, and this is definitely going to sound repetitive, is that at least once a week I do something that's pretty aggressive to my skin, especially on my face and my neck. I've been addressing my chest lately. It's something that I've ignored my chest for probably all my life, and so I'm just now starting to see the difference in the condition of my face, the skin on my face, and my neck. My neck was kind of second. I always took care of my face, you know, after like my late 20s, and then later on I was like, oops, I better start taking care of my neck. Now it's the chest. I don't know why I ignored those two. They all kind of go together, but anyways. So I'm usually doing something pretty aggressive to my skin at least once a week. Now, in my last video, I said that I'm shedding and I do something aggressive to my skin every single week. I don't know why I make such definitive statements like that sometimes, because it's not every single week. Sometimes I do give my skin a break. I think that it's kind of important, especially like in the summer months. If I know I'm going to be out in the sun a lot, I do give myself a break from the retinaes and the retinols and stuff like this. And if I know I'm going to have to be really social all week long, then I'm going to give myself a break also, because I don't want to be shedding and I don't want to have skin falling off my face when I'm, you know, required to be social. It's going to make me feel less confident and self-conscious about that. So I kind of lay off of it sometimes. Anyways, the reason that I mention that I do something pretty aggressive to my skin is because at least 2 days, or typically 2 or 3 days a week, I am shedding skin from one of my treatments. I'm usually using either Retinol or high concentrations of retinol or glycolic acid, salicylic acid, you know, things that really just help to do a lot of cell turnover and get rid of that dead skin that's sitting on the surface of my skin, just making my complexion look really dull. So I think that's very, very important to have really youthful, beautiful skin. My favorites are vitamin A derivatives, because I know that there's a lot of research and studies behind them proving that they can actually reverse some of the signs of aging, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. So and it's kind of funny, because back when my sister and I were, my younger sister, she and I have always been really big into skincare. Not always, but I started in my late 20s, and she's 5 years younger than me, so she started a little bit later. So we were shedding usually like 2 or 3 days a week. And we were talking on the phone one time, and I remember going, why are we even doing this? I mean, is it really going to pay off in the long run? Because right now we're looking like crap, you know, 2 or 3 days out of the week, and we only get like 4 days a week where we're actually looking good and our makeup applies well and stuff like that. So I remember us questioning it back then. Now it's very clear to me that it has done good. I can look at some of my peers, I can look at women that are my similar age, and I can tell who's taking care of their skin and who hasn't. I feel like the benefits to Retinol, the benefits are not overnight. They're actually long-term, but you will start to see a difference, and you will start to recognize the difference in your skin. So that's a very, 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 so I don't know if I stress that enough. That is a very big part of my skincare regimen, is the shedding process and using high concentrations of Retinol, stuff like that. Now, I'm not somebody who uses Retinol on a daily basis. I use it more as kind of a light chemical peel once a week. So anyways, now the reason I needed to cover that is because depending on what's going on with my skin at the moment, it pretty much determines how I'm going to take care of it that evening. If I'm going through a shedding process at the moment, I'm going to do things a little bit differently than if I'm not, or if I've just finished a shedding process, or if I'm leading up to, you know, application day. And usually my application day is on Wednesday. That's when I've kind of scheduled everything out so that I can apply on a Wednesday, and I'm shedding on the weekend, because on the weekends I'm typically less social. My family, they don't care if I have skin falling off my face. I don't think anybody's looking at me that close around here. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm just totally ignored, just kidding, I'm not. But anyways, nobody's looking at me that close and inspecting, you know, my skin. So I try to schedule my sheds on the weekend. It pretty much always works out that way, so it works out really good. So as I'm going along, I'm gonna be telling you, you know, if I'm shedding, I do this, if I'm not, I do that. So hopefully you can follow along. I'm gonna put my hair in a ponytail and stuff, and then I'll get started in showing you and demonstrating for you what I do in a given evening. So let's jump in. Okay, so the first thing that I do as part of my nighttime skincare routine is I take my vitamins. And this is such an important part because you really have to take care of your skin from the inside out. And one of the things that I take a multivitamin. I take calcium. Now this is actually for my bones, but it's not necessarily skin related. But then I take a vitamin C chewable. These are so yummy. I take a couple of those. And then last but not least, I take my melatonin. Now I typically take this about an hour before bed. I take an oral form. This is 5 milligrams. And then I take a topical form, and this is 3 milligrams. Now you don't have to take that amount if you don't want to, but melatonin does play a role as far as anti-aging is concerned, and I'm actually going to make a video on that coming up, probably one of my next few videos, because it's very, very important, and it's an important part of my anti-aging routine. So anyways, that's what I do first. Okay, so now I'm looking at you through a mirror. Okay, so the next thing that I do as part of my nighttime skincare routine is I take off my eye makeup. And I do not rush through anything as far as my nighttime skincare routine is concerned. I find this part of the day very therapeutic for me. Now I might have to break it up in stages because sometimes my kids, need me, and you never know when that's going to happen. But like I said, I don't rush through anything. Usually put on some music. It's really nice and relaxing for me. So in order to take off my eye makeup, I use this Garnier SkinActive Micellar cleansing water, and this is the waterproof version. It says that it has no oil, no alcohol, no fragrance. So I don't know what this is that settles on the top, which is why it says that you need to really mix it really well. Maybe it's silicone or something like that, I'm not sure. But it really gets the job done, and I like this stuff a lot. So I shake it up really good. Then I grab a Q-tip, and I pour some on a Q-tip. Now, you've probably heard me say this over and over and over in so many of my videos, especially like get ready with me videos and stuff like that. I'm very, very gentle with the skin around my eyes. I don't believe in any tugging or rubbing. You're never going to catch me taking a makeup wipe and just rubbing the heck out of my eyes. I feel like that's completely counterproductive. I wouldn't be spending all this money on all these eye creams and stuff if I was just going to, aggressively rub my eyes every night. So I'm very, very gentle. I take this Q-tip, I saturate the end, and then I just glide that across my eyelid. As you can see, my eyelid is not moving at all when I do this. Okay, so let me do my other eye. It's the same reason why I don't do the whole blending technique with my brushes whenever I'm applying eyeshadow, because once again, you're just really sweeping around and tugging and moving around skin that's already very fragile and has already lost all of its elastin and collagen and stuff like that. Not just that, I've lost so much volume in my eyelids over the years. So because of that, because I've lost elastin and volume in my upper eyelid area, that skin kind of wants to hang down. Last thing I want to do is accelerate the aging process in my eye area, because that's my biggest problem area. So I want to be very, very gentle with everything that I do around it. Okay, so the next thing that I will do is I will take some of this and I will just kind of place it on my eyelashes to kind of just loosen up the mascara that's on my eyelashes so that it'll be easy for me to take off. So that's what I do right here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take off my mascara, and I like to use these. I bought these at the dollar store, and they are just collagen makeup cleansing wipes. I really like them because they're very, very thin. I don't use makeup cleansing wipes on any other part of my face, just my eyelashes, so I like them to be really, really thin. And I do not do any tugging on my eyelashes. I actually just put my eyelashes together and just lightly rub. And because I've already put that micellar water on there, and all that product is already really loose, so it just comes off super easily. This is where my eyes disappear. You know, once you take off the eye makeup and the mascara, it's like, oh God. See how easy that is? It just comes off so easy. Now I have to say, I really do love this stuff for taking off waterproof. I have used like coconut oil or different types of oils in the past. For whatever reason, that oil gets in my eyes and then I'm blurred for the rest of the night. There is something that's in this product that does get in my eyes just a little bit, but it seems to clear itself up right away, which is what I like about it. So there's that. Okay, so after I have taken off my eye makeup, the next thing that I want to do is I want to cleanse my face really well. And I like to use the CeraVe Renewing Salicylic Cleanser. It is my absolute favorite. I use it day and night. I use it in the shower. I use it at night. Now, I do want to mention that I do not ever use a physical exfoliant at night. Ever, ever, ever. I just do not. I typically only use it maybe 1 or 2 days a week, and it's only when I'm shedding, and it's only if I have to leave my house and I want my makeup to apply well. If I'm going to be staying in my house, I'm typically not going to use a physical exfoliant. So I only use it maybe once or twice a week, never during the evening. So this is what I'm going to use, and this actually says it gently cleanses and exfoliates while softening and smoothing the skin, and I really believe it does that. So anyways, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and wash my face real fast. Okay, so after I've washed my face, I'm going to use this alcohol-free toner. It's made by Thayars, and this is original witch hazel with an aloe vera formula. It's very, very gentle. I love it. I love the idea of using a witch hazel toner. I've always used it. This is alcohol-free. And I just take a little cotton round, and I go back over everything just to make sure that I got all the makeup off. Okay, so the next thing I do is I take my Derma Anti-Wrinkle Vitamin A Glycolic Toner, and I really give myself one more really good cleanse with this. Now, one thing that I do is I take a little bit on a Q-tip, and I really get right around here, right around my eyes, because, and I'm very gentle, once again, this has natural exfoliating properties. It just kind of dissolves some of the dead skin off your face. I've noticed that right around here, I get a lot of scaly kind of, I don't know, crusty looking skin. Sounds so gross. So I just kind of place that there and I let it sit. Next thing that I do, I take one of these. These are exfoliating cotton squares. I love them because one side is soft and the other side has these micro bead, it has a micro bead exfoliating surface. And I love that. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad that I found these. So anyways, I just doused one of these. And this part just really kind of preps your skin to receive all the benefits of whatever eye cream and face cream you're going to put on next. So after I apply this, I just let it sit. I let it air dry and I let it go to work, kind of dissolving those dead skin cells that are sitting on the surface of my skin. I really like to use it around my nose because I really feel like it helps with the pores. And I will take this all the way down my chest. But my shirt comes up a little high, so I'm not going to do that right now. So as you can see, the first few steps of my nighttime process are very similar to my daytime process. This is where it gets a little bit different. Okay, so now this is where you really kind of have to follow along. Now, if it were a Wednesday night, because Wednesday nights are typically the night that I apply, you know, my Retin-A or my Retinol, my high concentration of Retinol, and this is the one that I'm really, really into right now. I've been using it every single week for the last 6 weeks, and I've seen such improvement, especially in the color of my skin. I feel like it's just helped with any type of discoloration. This stuff is really, really incredible. I do want you guys to know that I don't have any affiliation with this product whatsoever. So I don't know why I feel the need to tell you that. I'm not getting any commissions off of it. There's no reason for me to be pushing this product besides the fact that I feel like I have seen results from this product. I don't know Brianna. I'm subscribed to her channel. I comment on her videos. I don't have any vested interest in you know, suggesting this product. But anyways, this is the Sanitas Retinol Peeling Cream. And the reason I brought up Brianna is because she sells this on her Premier Look website. Like I said, I don't even have a promotion code, nothing like that. So, you know, I'm not getting any kickbacks whatsoever. Anyways, I really, really love this product. Like I said, it's what I've been using for the last 6 weeks. If I'm going to apply it, this is the stage that I apply it. Right after I've let my Derma E just dry, air dry, that's when I apply this, and then I call it a night. I do not put on eye creams. I do not put on face creams. I don't like to dilute it at all. I feel like it weakens the product on the days. One time I did do that. I actually applied it over my eye cream and my face cream, and I just did not get the shed that I was looking for. And I really look forward to that shed because it's very gratifying to me, and that's when I see my biggest results. So anyways, if I'm not going to be using that, then I'm going to be using a 1% Retin-A, and then the same thing. I will just apply it, and then I'll call it a night. I don't put on anything after that. This is the one, this is the 0.08% that I've been using on my chest. This is Retin-A. It's a 0.08. I've tried the 1%. It's a little bit, my skin on my chest is not used to it, so it gets a little bit angry. So I've got to kind of be careful with my chest. I kind of got to work it up to that level. But anyways, so that's what I would do on a Wednesday night. If it's not a Wednesday night, if it's any other given day of the week, then I'm going to reach for my little DIY, and this is one of my favorite DIYs. I've been using it for a year, more than a year now. And all it is organic, pure aloe gel, cold pressed, not from concentrate. It's gel, not juice. It looks like juice, but it's actually gel. And it's organic. And then I mix it with one of my vitamin E capsules. And this is a 400 IU. I just take one of those capsules, dump it in. Sometimes I might add a few more drops from another capsule, and then I fill up a little bottle like this, shake it up. I leave this in the refrigerator, and I just really like the cooling effect. This little DIY is so pampering and so hydrating and so healing to my skin, especially like right now my skin is a little pink from, you know, I just finished shedding and I'm doing all these things to my skin. And so sometimes, you know, it can get a little pink because it's a little raw. This really helps with that. You know, if you look up aloe, and I'm sure everybody at some point in their life has had a really bad sunburn, and then your parents applied, you know, aloe vera gel to it, and it just has a lot of healing properties, so I love it. You do have to give it a good shake, because if you leave it in the refrigerator like I do, the vitamin E wants to solidify a little bit. Now this stuff is so thin, and it just applies really easily, and so I just put that everywhere. Just like I mentioned in my morning skincare routine video, once this starts to dry, and it all dries within about a minute, you can really feel the tightening effect of it, but it's also extremely hydrating. You know, vitamin E is a wonderful antioxidant, and then aloe vera is just so healing to the skin. So it's just this combination. I love it so much. I can already see the pinkness of my skin starting to fade a little bit. This stuff is so great. Okay, so once my little aloe DIY has dried, and like I said, it takes about a minute, then I go in and I give myself a really good little spritz with this Derma E Hydrating Mist, and it includes hyaluronic acid. Now, it includes hyaluronic acid, but it's not just hyaluronic acid. For whatever reason, I have tried to use hyaluronic acid serums, you know, these individual ingredient serums, and I never have any luck with them. However, I do like those ingredients mixed in with other ingredients as part of a formulation, you know, included in a skincare product. So I do actually like this, and I find it to be pretty hydrating. So that's what I do. I just give myself a good spritz, and then I let that dry. And I love the way this smells too. Okay, so after my hydrating mist has dried, and it usually takes 1 or 2 minutes, that's when I apply my eye cream. Now this is where things get really different from my daytime routine, and I'll tell you why. During the day, there's always kind of certain requirements that I'm looking for when I am trying to select an eye cream. And usually it has to have all the ingredients. First and foremost, I want it to have a lot of beneficial ingredients, obviously. And then I want it to be really hydrating, because I do not want the skin to look crepey, because obviously makeup does not go well over crepey skin. And then, you know, that's my final kind of requirement. It has to wear really well under makeup. It can't pill and slough off or anything like that. So for the daytime, I'm really very particular about what I use for my eye area. And oftentimes if I find something that really works, then I will use that for a very long time during the day. However, at night, I really like to switch it up, because I think it's very important. I think there's a variety of ingredients out there that are really beneficial to your skin. And if you're only using a few of them always, then you're not going to be doing yourself any favors. A really good analogy is that broccoli and kale are really good for you, you know, as most of us know. But if I decided that, you know what, since it's good for me, I'm going to start eating it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's all I'm going to eat because it's good for me, obviously I'm going to be doing myself a disservice. I'm not going to be doing myself any favors, and my health is probably going to suffer because of it. It's the same thing with all these ingredients that you hear about that are supposed to be really good for your skin. You really want to try to include as many of those as you can as part of your skincare regimen. And so that's what I do, and I do that at nighttime. So I'm constantly switching up my eye creams at night and my face creams, because you know, you want to try to include your ceramides, your niacinamides, your hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, all these antioxidants that are supposed to really go in and just scavenge free radicals. Then you want to also have your glycolic acids and your salicylic acid. So there's so many different ingredients, and there's not one single product that includes all of those ingredients. So I feel like it's very important to just constantly switch that up, and so that's what I do. If I find something, now every time I go out looking for an eye cream, I'm always looking for ingredients first. And I'm looking for a different variety of ingredients, you know, with different formulations and stuff like that. If I find that it doesn't meet all my requirements for daytime use, then it becomes one of my nighttime eye creams. And oftentimes I found that eye gels or serums, although they have the ingredients that I'm looking for, they do not wear well for me under makeup. So I start using them at night. What I do is I typically will take something like this. This one is a firming eye serum. I've noticed that anything that says firming in it actually kind of tightens my skin, but it doesn't feel like it hydrates at all. So what I will do is I will take something that I find to be extremely hydrating, like, of course, my 100% pure coffee bean caffeine eye cream, or this is another one. This is made by a company called, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this. I'm not sure if it's MyChelle or MyChelle. It's something like that, but it's all natural. I picked this up at my local Whole Foods store, and it just has a lot of natural extracts in it, and it's extremely hydrating. So I like to mix these two at night, and then that's what I will wear around my eyes. Now, I won't do this every single night. I might do it for 3 nights in a row, and then I just always kind of also pay attention to whatever's going on. Sometimes I'm more crepey, sometimes I'm more puffy, sometimes the weather's weird and I'm, you know, dried out, or, you know, my skin looks dehydrated or something. So I try to really pay attention to my skin, and then that's how I make my choices for the evening. But I'm always switching it up. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to use this Revival Labs Firming Eye Serum, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix it with this MyChelle or MyChelle or MyChelle. I don't know. I do not know how to pronounce this. It's called Remarkable Retinol Eye Cream. So I'm going to mix these two together, and that's what I'm going to apply to my eyes right now. It's really yellow. Okay, so after I apply my eye cream, then I'm going to apply my face cream. This is not actually a face cream. This is made by CeraVe. It says renewing salicylic lotion for extremely dry, rough, bumpy skin. But my goodness, it has all the ingredients that I'm looking for in a face cream. It's got obviously a bunch of ceramides. It's got cholesterol, which is really good for restoring the skin's moisture barrier. So are ceramides. Then it also has hyaluronic acid. It's just got a lot of really good ingredients that are very good for the skin on your face. So I like to use it for my face, and I find that it is extremely hydrating, and I just love it. This is kind of my favorite face cream right now. I'm not as particular about my face creams as I am my eye creams, because I feel like that is my troubled area, is my eye area. And then I do take whatever's remaining on my hand and just kind of pat it over my under eye area. So there you go. Okay, so I only have 2 more steps in my nighttime process. Now the next one is concerning my chest. I like to use this Derma E Anti-Wrinkle Vitamin A Night Serum, and this is with vitamin E. Now, if you are somebody that can't tolerate Retin-A or high concentrations of retinol, you might want to give this one a try. I like to use this on my chest, not the 2 days following applying my Retin-A, but typically once the weekend starts and once I start shedding on my face from whatever I applied on Wednesday, that's when I'll start applying this to my chest area. And so it's very serum-y, and so it spreads really, really easily. And I just put that all over my chest. And sometimes I will take that up to my neck. Now I've noticed that, or the backs of my hands too, I've noticed that my Retin-A's and my Sanitas, it doesn't really make the skin on my neck shed like it does my face, interestingly enough. And so I'm not quite sure what to attribute that to, but so I do put this on my neck sometimes also. Now the very last thing that I do as part of my skincare routine is I take this topical melatonin, and I do maybe about half of a pump. A full pump is supposed to have 3 milligrams, is that right, of melatonin. But, so I do half of a pump, just like that. It's very thick, and I've already researched the ingredients in this, and it has such wonderful ingredients, very hydrating ingredients. Melatonin is so good for your skin topically, and like I said, I'm going to make a video about that. And then I just kind of pat that over everything. And this just kind of locks it all in. I even put it right on top of my eyes, and you can even put it right over your eyebrows, because it's actually supposed to, there's been studies where they've used topical melatonin for balding. So I haven't really read up on those studies because that's not an issue that I'm needing to address right now, but interesting. Okay. And the backs of my hands, and that's it. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video. I really appreciate you watching. Somehow I've got all my makeup back on, and that is just the beauty of filming and editing. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. And I will see you next time. Bye.
Hi. Hi. She wants to always, she's gonna climb up on me. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness. She loves her mommy. Hi. I'm in my guest bathroom right now. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness, she's so sweet. She's 18 years old. I've had her since I was 25, and I'm 43. So she's been with us a very long time. Older than my children. Oh, is that a fly. Did I just see a fly in here? Oh my gosh.